had a situationship for 2 months. He moved in after 1 month. Girl. Moved in after 1 month. What's up, Jody? How are you? 1 month. He would always encourage me to talk to other guys because he was doing it with other girls. I hooked up with others because I didn't think it was a problem until he spoke up and was upset. We ended things, but he's still not around, just not intimate. Girl. Okay, first of all, you moved in after a month. Okay, that's the first problem. First problem was you moved in within a month. Like you don't even know this person. Okay, you don't know them. How are you supposed to know somebody in a month? Okay. Second of all, he said it's okay for you guys to hook up with other people. Second red flag, he wants you there as his maybe mistress or I don't know, or just like S slave, possibly. And then he gets upset after you hook up with somebody else. Like, all I'm saying is the first red flag was that you moved in within a month. That was the first red flag. Like you should have known better. Don't ever move in with somebody within the first month. First year, actually. Okay, let's not be knowing that. All right. Yeah, that's wild. So just heads up, I am live on TikTok and Instagram right now. So let's get into the next question. Found out my sneaky link is married, but the S is fire, and so are the vibes, and I don't want to stop. Problem is, I know it's only supposed to be a sneaky link, but he calls me babe, comes to see me once a day, gives me a kiss after work. I know this will lead nowhere because he's married. Advice. Oh my god. Well, you should have started there. You should have started with that he's married part. I was all like, oh no, no, girl. He's clearly there because you keep giving up the cookie. And as long as you keep giving up the cookie, he's gonna breadcrumb you as much as you can. And you clearly said, I don't think anything is gonna happen because he's married. Yeah. And that's what happens with sneaky links and friends with benefits type of situation. Somebody eventually catches feelings, in this case, yourself. And he is not going to leave his wife for you. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Apparently, you don't care he's married. Yeah, he's not going to leave his wife for you. I'll tell you that right now. Most of the time, in most cases, the guy will not leave their wife. It's usually the wife that leaves the guy. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If you think that he's going to leave her for you, good luck. Let me get back into this. All right. Live. All right. I'm just restarting the live on IG too. But anyway, sorry about that. I don't know why I was doing that. All right. I'm going to get back into that question because it fucking. Oh, fuck, I deleted it. Anyways, the question said, leaving somebody on red, is that a test that you should do to somebody? Absolutely the fuck not. Because if you leave me on red, like that's it. Like I'm not gonna message you back. I'm not going to I'm gonna think that you're over this, if that makes sense. So do not leave me on red because for example, this happened a long time ago, right? A girl, I was talking to a girl, right? And she left me on red thinking that she wanted to see what I would do if I would like message her back or something like that. I didn't respond back because I gave her no reason to leave me on red, right? So I just left it, whatever. And then she messaged me like a few weeks, it was like a week and a half later, right? And she's like, well, why'd you stop messaging me? I was like, because you didn't respond. Okay. Like, don't do the whole test with me. Like, fuck that. Like, if we're into each other, let's message each other. All that other BS, hell no. Like, I'm not here to play games. If you want to play those test game, like, go play that shit with somebody else. I ain't here to do that. Like, if I'm into you and you're into me, let's see where things go. If you want to play those games, you're gonna end up getting your ass left behind. Okay, I will fail the test miserably. I'll tell you that right now. All right, next question. I told him I loved him, and he sent me this. The embarrassment I felt. And you know what, girl? I'm glad you felt that way. You know, I'm glad you got that response from him because now you know that that like where he sits. Oh my god, this why is everything just fucking up today? The camera's not fucking wanting to work. Like it's like focusing all over the place. Uh, okay, no, absolutely the fuck not. Um, like if you told him, also again, how early did you tell him that you love him? Like if you told him like super early, like a week in, 2 weeks in, I would have sent you the same message, to be honest. Okay. I would have sent you the same message and been like, the fuck? Or like if you guys had been together for a while and you sent him that, I don't know. You feel me? Like that shit would have like I would have felt a type of way too. I would have been like, well, maybe this ain't working out. So I mean, clearly I need more context to that because I don't know. Um, but it was her. Well, she said a man. Again, I don't know if it was a BF. I don't know if it was sneaky link, or I don't know if it was anything like that. So, but if you sent them that I love you, and that's what they responded to you, come on, girl. Come on, girl. All right, next question. My live in BF and I haven't had S in 2 months. He doesn't go out all what? Doesn't go out at all other than to go to work. So doubt he's cheating. I'm desperate here and I'm thinking about getting it elsewhere. Oh, I live with my BF and I haven't had. Okay, yeah. See, sorry to break it to you, but he might be getting it somewhere else. Okay, either he's getting it somewhere else because 2 months and you've noticed that shift. Probably. Hey, thank you, Princess. I appreciate you. If you've gone 2 months and you've seen that shift, he's either getting it somewhere else because, and just because he's at work. Okay, fun fact. Let me tell you about this girl. So there was this girl that she, we did the whole cheating, like when I went live with people. Let me try to remember it correctly. She said that her man would go to work, right? He was like a car salesman or something like that. And then one day she decided to go or like take him something to work or call in, and he wasn't there. And so that's when he ended up finding out that he had been cheating on her. But this whole time he was telling her that he was at work. So just because he's saying he's at work doesn't mean, that he's at work. And if they work together, also like if it's a girl that he works with, lunch break, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna be eating some of that, lunch break, a break or something like that. Like that could also happen too. You don't know. Like you don't know what's going on at work. So a lot of things could be going on here. And especially if you noticed and you haven't gotten any for 2 months, girl, hell no. I'm struggling. Like I'm like a crack addict right now. I haven't had any in a little bit, and like I'm freaking out. I'm freaking the fuck out. Okay, it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. Everything's good. Okay. All right. Next question. Had to calm down a little bit. Why do men finish fast? Am I the problem? I've only ever had one last 3 pumps and girl, 3 pumps and that's it. Dang, where are you guys finding these like freaking pump guys, like 3 pump chumps and shit? Hell no. Even like in my early days, right? I never like 3 pumps and that's it. Like hell no. uh, I think they're just overly excited. The only times I have finished fast, and I'll admit it to you guys, is when you're talking to somebody and like they obviously don't give it up right away, and so you keep like talking to them, and then finally when you know it's gonna happen, you have all these emotions going on, like all this excitement, and then you slide it in, and you're like. And you're like, what the fuck happened? I remember I was so embarrassed. I was like, when that happened, like this girl, I was like, finally, it's going to happen. Everything is going good. And then, like, literally, like 10 seconds into it, it was over. And I was like, oh. But she gave me the benefit of the doubt. And like, we did a round two. And that was a different story. Okay. That's why, like, don't always judge them by the first time. But if they continue to do that, then okay. All right, who's reporting me on fucking TikTok? Your life is not eligible to a recommendation. Man, some of y'all are some haters. Somebody just it said that my live is limited. Some of y'all just be hating. Y'all like I have 2 restrictions. What the fuck? It says current live visibility restricted for some audiences. Y'all some haters. Whoever came in here and reported me, your mom's you know what I mean. So I love these lives, right? Like these lives are fun, like dope. I don't know why people be jumping in here and fucking reporting shit just because y'all can't do it. Just you know who it was? It was these 3 pump chump guys. Okay, like my bad that you fuck like just because you last 3 pumps doesn't mean you have to come in here and report my ass, right? Like I'm not in here. You're the one fucking lasting 3 pumps, not me. Okay, that's on you. Stop reporting my ass. All right. Anyways, next question. Even though haters gonna hate, do guys catch feelings for their sneaky links? Now, this necessarily isn't just guys. Like this can happen both ways, right? The guy can catch feelings, the girls can catch feelings. It just I always explain it like this. Like it depends in your season of life, like where you're at. Meaning, like if you can tell somebody, oh yeah, I just want a sneaky link, but like deep down inside, you actually want a relationship from somebody. Like you want that connection with somebody. So you tend to catch feelings, right? And so whether that be you or them, like sometimes, yes, people catch feelings. And also when you're exchanging that type of energy, like we're humans, we're made to love, right? And so like you get attached to this person because when you're being intimate like that, it's a whole lot of energy exchange right there, right? But some people are also in the season when they don't want anybody, right? You know, like some people are just focusing on them. They tell you straight up that they're just, trying to do the thing, and then that's it. So like I remember how I told you I was single for 3 years, like, but right after that relationship, I I didn't want a relationship at all. Like my mind was not in a relationship. I just of course like I had my somebody I was hooking up with, but I didn't want a relationship at all. Like even though I've talked about it before, she started catching feelings. She was just like, when are we gonna hang out during the day? Like how come we don't do more together? And I'm just like, I'm out, dog. Because that's what I wasn't in the mindset to be in a relationship. Like I didn't want to be in a relationship. So like it just depends. You feel me? All right, next question. I want to do super freaky things to me, and I love your smile. Oh, you want me to do some freaky things? Because I can do that. Because you know why? You know why I can do that? Huh? Like, do I really have to tell you? Like, why? Super freak, she's super freaky. She's a super freak, she's super. I didn't make that dance for no reason. We have that dance for a reason. Like if we're being intimate, we gonna get spicy. Okay, I'll just tell you that right now. We gonna get spicy. So if you're vanilla, you're gonna see the door very quickly. Okay, because we ain't having no vanilla shit no more. Okay, I had to deal with that in the past. No more. Okay, so like if it ain't up to par, if you see me, I'll tell you guys this. Because you guys asked me, how does a guy fake finish? Every guy is a little different, but this is how I did it, right? So I I would be doing it, right? And then like obviously if she's flipped around the other way where she can't see you, right? Okay, like and then you just act like you're gonna finish, like you ladies fake finish, okay? Pull out, spit on her back, and then act like you're finishing. That's what I did. Like that's what I would do. Like when I was just like, all right, fuck this. Like it's that easy. She didn't know. Like was she? Did she reach back there? And then what did I do? Oh, I grabbed like a towel or something, cleaned it off, acted like I'm like, oh, it was great, and I'd be like, all right, I'm out this bitch. Like, like you gotta like if it sucks, you gotta do what you gotta do and like dip out. So hey, what's up, Mara? Sorry that you jumped in. What's up, girl? So yes, that's what I did to fake finish since a lot of people were asking me. I should make a video on that too later on, but and that's where we're at now. If you're not up to par in the spicy level, first of all, don't be talking to me. Like I'm gonna clearly send you my Instagram profile, and I'm gonna be like, yo, go through some of these videos real quick. That way you can gauge where I'm at, right? And if you do not like are in there, if I don't play this video for you, then we might not be eye to eye, right? So, uh, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. All right, next question. Love your page and your content has encouraged me to speak about my needs. Why does he have to put family drama as an excuse, though, not to not pleasing me? I totally understand him. I'm going through it too, but put it aside for a moment because at the moment I just want to please him. Why? Because to me, like I get it. People go through things. They don't want to do it, right? But people have needs and guys have needs too. So, I mean, it's really hard because I don't know him and I don't know if he's lying, right? Because if he is going through some things, you have to understand he's going through some things. And obviously, like, he's not, his main thing is like, oh, I don't want to, like, get laid, right? So, that's why it's difficult to answer this question because there's a lot of things, right? A lot of moving parts here. But if you just some guys, and here's the thing, some guys also use it as an excuse because they don't like, oh, I'm going through this, like that's why I don't want to do it. Yeah, or they're probably like watching online videos or something like that, or trying to, or getting it somewhere else. So, and also if that's your partner, like that's something you got to communicate. Like, yeah, I've gone through some issues too. I've gone through like this, and that, but it doesn't mean I don't like to get my, you know what I mean? Like I still need that. Like that's only going to take us like 10, 15, 20 minutes and then we good and then I can go back to being sad. You know what I mean? So again, there's a lot more behind that, not just like like this, right? So all right, next question. Was in a relationship for 6 years, have kids with him, found out he was cheating, then saw him beg the other girl to stay and was willing to let go so easy. Will the guilt catch up to you or catch up, or you think he will just be happy with his decision he made? Um, it's hard to tell because I don't know him or like what's going on with his relationship. I swear this fucking camera is pissing me off. Um, Come on, find me. Like, why is it focusing on the fucking thing back? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me just see if I zoom it in a little bit more if it'll work. Um, I don't think he's gonna regret it, especially if he was so easy to dip out and go with the other person, right? He chose her, and that should be enough for you to get past this person. Like, use that, be like as motivation to move on. Because if he chose her over you, that's all you need. You need to stop waiting for this person to like maybe regret it and come back. Absolutely the fuck not. So, because especially again, he chose her over you. Okay, remember that. Chose her over you. Okay, that's all I need. Choose another guy over me, then cool. Bye. Don't bring your ass back over here at all. We don't want you back over here. Okay. All right. All right. Next question. Do men don't mind when their girls have hair down there and even the inner lips or their hair is like their ass? Even when it's medical condition, don't even ask for it yet do things like waxing and other things to control things like that. So the way I'd like my cat, I don't like it. I mean, everybody has their personal preference, right? I like it either nice and trimmed, nice and waxed, make a little design for your boy, a little landing strip where my thing is going to land or something like that, right? And if it's looking like a fucking forest down there, it's a no for me. Okay? Cuz like I remember like one time a girl, you pull it off and it was not sexy, okay? It was not sexy at all. And guys need to do the same thing too. They need to be well groomed. The girl's not trying to pull it down and all of a sudden like they can't even find it because like your hair's longer than what's going on down there. So like come on. Because a nice clean look, trust me, goes a long way. Um, and it'll make your thing look a little longer because I know some of you guys be struggling. Okay, it'll add a few inches onto that guy there, just visual inches, not like actual inches. Visual inches. There's two different things here. Okay, so fellas, come on, you guys also have to keep it well trimmed down there. Don't make a girl like if she has to plug pubes out of her fucking teeth, her mouth. Have you ever seen a girl? Yeah, no, that's not sexy. You know what I mean? Like, sorry. No, absolutely the fuck not. And I don't want to be doing that. Okay, I don't want to be like, all right, hold on. Like, no, that's not. No, we don't want to be spitting hair out. Okay, so let's keep it for my preference. Maybe you're into like Georgia the Jungle over here who likes everything hairy. Not your boy though. But this is why you got to figure out your partner. But when you first hook up with somebody, let's just assume they like it well groomed, well maintained. Okay, start there. And then he's like, "Hey, babe, I need a forest down there," and then you'll be like, "Okay, whatever my babe needs, we'll make it happen." Okay. I don't want no fucking hairball. I don't want to be spitting no fucking hairball out. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. Next question. I'm going through a divorce and I'm dating someone he knows from what? I'm going through a divorce and I'm dating someone he knows from his high school days. Wrong or fate? They aren't friends at all, but they know each other. I mean, at least they're not friends. Let's start there. They're not friends. So that's definitely a plus. Okay. Like you could have went to a cousin, you could have went to his best friend, you could have done something like that, right? Which most people do that. So I'm thinking it's okay because you guys went to, especially if you live in the same town. You guys all know if you guys live in the same town, same city, people who have dated each other, like, oh, she's with him now. Oh, yep, he's with her now. Like everyone gets passed the fuck around, okay? And so he should know that it's either you're gonna either date or talk to somebody he possibly has seen or known, and especially if you guys went to the same high school. But I think it's okay because it's not a family member or if it's not one of his close friends or friends. It's just somebody you guys went to high school with. So nothing wrong with that. I say, you good, girl. All right, next question. If I'm just hooking up with someone just for S and he knows a bit about me and we didn't talk for a bit and I have another kid, do I need to tell him he knew I had one, now I have another, but this happened while me and him didn't talk and we're not hooking up? Girl, move on. Move the fuck on. Yeah, next question. Move the fuck on. Come on, what the fuck? Like this is just a sneaky link. Like it doesn't matter if you could have one or fucking 10 kids, okay? Like it doesn't matter. Like am I supposed to tell him, like, are you supposed to tell him what you had for dinner? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, it's just a sneaky link. You had one kid, you have another kid. Okay, cool. No, you don't need to tell him. If you guys are just a sneaky link, it's just, or friends with benefits, you guys are just there to hook up. That's it. And if it becomes an issue, move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. Uh, oh my god, him not finishing the confession and already saying, well, it was a lot. It was a lot. She was like, I had one kid, and then it wasn't a problem, but then I had another kid, and I don't know if it's gonna be a problem. No, you're overthinking it. Okay. So I would just say, like, if you're overthinking it, move on. Or if it's just a sneaky link or friends with benefits, I guarantee you he don't give a shit. Just being honest. So, next question. I'm married for almost 9 years. 3 years ago, I had an affair, but it was way more than that. Just an affair. Still with my husband. How do I get over the person I had an affair with? They completely opened my mind and to all these desires that I never knew I had and don't get the same in my marriage. See, this is what I mean about opening that door. Okay? If you would have never opened that door, you would have never known what it felt like, what it tasted like. what it was like. But since you did, you dipped your foot in there and you're like, ooh, I like this. And then now going back to your husband is not the same. Obviously, the reason you stepped out of the relationship was because obviously that was probably slacking, right? And then you tasted this, you opened the door, and now you want more. So I would say that you're going to continue to feel like that, especially because your person is not like that. It's not spicy. It doesn't want to do things to you like that. You might have to make that tough decision. You know, have that conversation with them because the more time you spend with this person is the less time you can spend with somebody else who's gonna fucking destroy you in the bedroom, right? If you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Uh, so again, have that conversation with him, and if he doesn't want to like try or work it out or fix, you're gonna have to make that tough decision because if I'm with somebody and we slacking being intimate, oof, girl, I'm gonna have that conversation. I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm trying to get freaky. You're not trying to get freaky. Like that's why I'm glad I left. Like not my previous ex, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, oh, he's talking about. No, it wasn't her. Uh, this other ex that I had. She was the remember how I was telling you about pillow princess type of vibes and shit like that. Yeah, her. I had to end it. Like I'm sorry. Like she was hot and everything. Like everything was cool, but she just fucking laid there. That shit was whack. It was the worst. Like I sometimes I thought she may have fell asleep. Okay, I was like, "Are you asleep? What the fuck? Give me some body language here." And then afterwards, she was like, "It was the best I ever had." I was like, "Girl, I wish I could say the same." I wish I could say the same. I thought you passed out. I thought you were in a freaking an intense dream in the moment because I was getting no body language, right? Obviously, like there's like a little moaning and stuff like that, but no, girl, I need some like feedback here. Give me some fucking feedback, okay? Give me something, right? Uh, because that was not it. So I had to end up ending that because it was no, absolutely the fuck not. All right, next question. Is it odd to be talking to someone for months when he talks about being together, but I have no s or romantic feelings to that for that person? You don't like him. You just like talking to him. You just like having a conversation with him. You guys are great pen pals. You guys are great. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Um, you no, absolutely the fuck not. If you don't feel those vibes or that connection to that person, if you don't see them and you're like, I want my cooter all over his face, right? So, uh, like I want my clam all up in there. Okay, no, absolutely the fuck not. You gotta be attracted to your person. You gotta be wanting that person. Because if you, I've never been with somebody who would be like, damn, I'm trying to like smash that. No, you know, fuck no. um, I would never talk to somebody I'm not eventually like. Every guy. Okay, eventually want to hook up with their person. Okay, I'm just being 100% honest. If you're talking to a guy and you guys are in the talking stage right now, I guarantee you he's just like, man, I can't wait to hook up with her. If they say they're not thinking that, cap, bunch of BS. Cause I know they be thinking that. I be thinking that. But that's just how guys are, right? You have to be attracted to that person. I've never been with somebody where I'm like, oh, I'm not attracted to him, but I'll hook up with him. No. All right, next question. All my ex friends with benefit wanted to do was smoke and f, thinking and saying he was longer, but he would last longer, but sober or high. I feel like he could only last 5 to 10 minutes. How can I tell him to do better without him thinking I'm talking down? If he's, I mean, girl. Hey, thank you, Cynthia, for the gifts. I'm telling you this right now. 5 to 10 minutes, you're getting better than three pump chump earlier. Okay, like you have to remember, there's guys out here who are freaking three pumping it out here. Okay, if you're getting 5 to 10 minutes, you should be happy. I'm just saying, like you could have one of these three pump dudes. Okay, like trust me, it's actually more common after doing these videos than we think. Okay, so definitely, if you're getting 5 to 10 minutes, be grateful. Okay, just a little bit. But if you want him to last a little bit longer, then obviously like tell him like, hey, or because he needs to slow down. Like if he feels like he's gonna finish, like pull out, do some other things, right? Use your hands, like your hands, mouth, and things like that, right? But he has to want to do that. Or like when you guys are doing it and you can kind of tell like he's getting close, tell him like, hey, like go down on me, or hey, let me go down on you, and then just like slow it down. Like don't just keep going fast. Slow it down a little bit, right? That way, like his excitement goes down a little bit, just a little bit, and then hopefully he'll last a little bit longer. But this is something that he has to do. There's really nothing you can do. Like obviously that WAP be crazy. You know what I mean? And so like it making him finish quick. But all I'm saying is that you should be happy that he's actually lasting 5 to 10 minutes. Because again, like we had the question earlier, this dude was 3 pumping it. And then that was it. Like, and a lot of guys out here be 3, 2, 4 pumping it. And that's more common than actually people lasting a little bit longer. And it makes those guys look bad. Okay? Because your boy's not 3 pumping it out here. Like, hell no. I'm trying to go at least 15, 20, 25 minutes, whatever the vibe is, right? And then you go multiple times. That's the type of vibe I'm on. 15, 20, 25 minutes, and then you go multiple times. I'm trying to finish multiple times, not just once, right? And but then there's also the people who go for hours on end. No. Like that's way too long. Like imagine if you last an hour to finish twice, that's 2 hours. Like, no, I got shit to do. Like that's a long time. That's a long cardio session if you ask me. So but again, it's hard to be like, hey, you should be grateful you're getting 5 to 10 minutes because there's some people getting 3 pumps out here. Okay. 3 pumps. Think about it. Would you want 3 pumps or would you want at least 5 to 10 minutes? Because there's some girls out here who don't even get, like, it took them longer to take their clothes off than it did the actual act. Okay. Just saying. He probably struggled more trying to take the pants off than what actually happened. It probably took him longer to put on the rubber than what it did to. I'm over here just giving different scenarios. All right, next question. We got 3 left. I told my ex friends with benefits a ton of times to stop stepping out of his relationship with his girlfriend, but he says he can't because I'm good for him to let go. But I've already slowly accepted we're never going to be nothing more. How can I tell him once more to stop flirting, esting me, and that I want to stay cordial? Girl, you keep telling this man to stop coming towards you or like stop coming to you to hook up. You want to know why he keeps coming to you? Because you keep letting him come get the cookie, girl. Like, hello? If you wouldn't giving it up, I guarantee you he would stop. But since it's there, it's available, then guess what? He gonna keep coming back. He gonna, hey girl, you're the one. We're gonna make this happen, like this, and that. Trust me, I don't love her. I love you. No. The reason he keeps coming back is because you let him keep coming back. If the cookie's there, he gonna come back. Be like, oh shit, I know I got a girlfriend over here, but this cookie's over here. I'm gonna go get a little piece and then I'll come back over here, right? Come on. In order to get that man to stop, is obviously telling him to stop is not working. Clearly. Okay. Just stop giving it up to him. And I guarantee you, I know you want to stay cordial. I guarantee you it's not going to be cordial as soon as you stop giving it to him. He going to get mad. He going to get pissed off. And then that's when you hit him like, I'm going to tell your girlfriend. Or shut the fuck up. All right, next question. I'm seeing a guy. I'm his sneakingly for a year. No feelings, no texts, no calls. We F one or twice twice a month. I like him and I'm okay with that. We're not looking for any kind of relationship, but he only kissed me one time. Like, why? Is that normal? What I learned is that some guys don't like to kiss, or some people don't like to kiss, especially if it's a friends with benefit situation, sneakily, because they don't want to catch feelings or they don't want you to catch feelings. So I can see that because clearly he just wants to hook up with you, and then that's it. He's not trying to catch any sort of feelings, and he's not trying to have you catch feeling towards him. Because when you once you, because trust me, like I don't know, like when you're all up in her, like in the missionary position, all up in here, giving her those deep kisses, you start feeling a type of way, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? So, which usually leads like, damn, I think I like this girl, or damn, I think I like this dude, right? So it could lead to that. So some guys, they're just like, I'm just here to hook up. So no kissing involved because I ain't trying to catch feelings for this person, or I don't want her to catch feeling towards me. So it could be one of those, right? I'm not saying it's exactly that, but it could be something like that. So that's what I've learned off you sucias, because you guys be telling me, you guys be putting me on game too. Um, but I don't know. I like to kiss somebody, like even if it's a friends with benefits or a sneakily type of situation. Like that shit is hot to me. Like I don't know, but I get it. I understand, right? All right. So next or the last question. I've been with my BF for 4 years. In the past year and a half, S has been so boring. Same routine, same positions. I end up dreading having S after because I don't get anything from it. Beginning to it was so good, freaky, and passionate. Now just not it. I don't know why. I'm embarrassed to tell him, or I don't know. See, this is why. Like the moment you start feeling the energy change, things being different, you need to bring it up. You need to tell 'em, because people get comfortable, and 4 years, yeah, that's a long time, and especially if you guys been intimate that whole time, you guys have to learn how to keep it spicy. I talked about it on the podcast today. You have to learn how to keep your relationship spicy and interesting, and you also have to date your person, right? Like maybe go one of these days, go out and get some drinks, get a little lit, take an Uber there. That way you can take an Uber home, and then having that drunk S, because that should be wild and freaky sometimes, right? And then maybe they'll start doing things that you're not supposed to be or wouldn't normally do, right? But I understand, like it when it gets boring and just like you dread doing it. But what's gonna happen is that somebody's gonna crave it, right? Somebody's gonna crave it eventually, to the point where they might step out and try to get it elsewhere. It might be you, it might be him, because all it takes, like, say you haven't been intimate in a while, and like you really craving to get thrown around, and then there's this guy who just comes up, like, and just makes you feel a type of way, and is like treating you, like flirting with you, and all of a sudden you hook up with this person, and vice versa with the other person, right? I can't do drinks because I do stupid stuff. See, girl, Cindy be getting freaky with those freaking drinks. Because let's be honest, like sober S is fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. I like it. I love it. But when you have a few drinks in you, and then you start doing it, let's just say you start doing some things that you don't know you would have done before. uh, body fluids start flying, hands start swinging, uh, and things like that. So you gotta be careful. But it's also like in a good way, because if your guy is vanilla, maybe he'll start doing some other stuff, right? Like maybe he loosens up a little bit, right? And then who knows? Maybe he's like, oh, like starts dirty talking you, or tries a new position, or tries something different that he's been wanting to try. Because when you're a little late, you start, like I said, you start doing some things that you normally wouldn't do. And I've been there, right? Because like before, when you're younger, you're starting to learn these things. Like when somebody, like the whole hair pulling, hand necklaces, like all this other stuff, you don't come out the womb fucking like an expert, or like doing all this stuff, right? And just slowly you start adding. Because I remember the first time a girl asked me to like throw this hand, right? It's embarrassing. Like the first time a girl asked me to do that, first of all, I thought I was getting set up. I thought this girl is trying to get me to hit her so she can call the cops and arrest my ass. That's the only thing I thought. And but anyways, I decided to do it, but it was the most wimpy pussy slap I've ever thrown my entire life because I didn't know how hard you're supposed to do it, right? Like, are you supposed to like knock her the fuck out, or are you supposed? Is it like a light, like like what's where are we at on the scale, So like that's why I was like, and she was like, "What the fuck was that?" Well, you told me to hit you, and I was like, "Oh fuck, maybe I hit her too hard." I didn't hit her hard enough. She was like, slap the fuck out of me. And I was like, all right, boss. So, but see, like, this is stuff you learn over time. And then when you get lit, you start doing some things you would have never done before. I'll just tell you that right now. Like, I've done some things. And you don't care where you do it either. Like, I remember one time got fucking lit, right? Like, I was dating this girl at the time. We got lit. We were at a friend's house, and then all of a sudden she was just like, "Let's go to the bathroom real quick. I need to talk to you." And I was like, "You need to fucking talk to me." Like, what the fuck? Like, you need to talk to me to take piss? Again, young, not really catching on these things. And then as soon as we get in there, she's just like all over me, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, all this shit started happening, and I'm like, oh damn. And then like we had to be quiet, obviously, because they're like not that far. I'm telling you, like things can happen when you're drunk. Now look at you, straight clocking biddies. I still feel a type of way, John. I still feel a type of way when a girl asks me to do that, just because again, I've never hit a girl like out of anger, out of like nothing like that. It's always like you treat them like a queen. You never lay a hand on a woman. So that's why like anytime a girl asks me to do something to physically hit them, I feel weird. Like I'm not supposed to be doing it, right? But but hand necklaces is a different story. I don't give a that shit is hot to me. I like doing it. The girls like, especially. I'll tell you this right now. I'll tell you this, like fellas, if you guys got some accessories, use that hand as the hand necklace, because when they feel that and then they feel like the rings, the bracelets on their neck as well, and then when they grab it, you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna get freaky. She's gonna get freaky. Trust me. Like I remember one time I forgot to take my rings off. Right, my rings, my bracelets off. Right, but I was deep in that hand necklace. Okay, deep in that hand necklace, and she said it was the hottest shit ever because like when she like reached up and like grabbed my hand, she could feel like all the accessories and stuff like that. So it was obviously like a whole different vibe, right? So after that, I was like, keep the jewelry on, buddy, because it takes it to another whole nother level. So I mean, I'm trying to put y'all on game a little bit, right? Like and take again, we do this for science. This is all for science purposes. Everything we do here is for research purposes. So like if you guys need me to try something for research purposes, I'm more than happy. As long as it has nothing to do with like sticking anything in your boy, I'm more than happy to try it. Okay, we ain't doing that. And see, I didn't realize that hand necklaces, like that shit turns me on. And then it turns the girl on. But then also you have to gauge, like, because some people or some girls don't like, hey, I'm trying not to breathe, like, and just put it there and then have it there. Like, they just like to feel that tension there. But then, okay, there's some girls who are like, I want to turn fucking blue. Like, pass me the fuck out. So, fun fact, since you guys want to talk about this though, since you guys are making me like forcing me to talk about this though, for science purposes, okay, I was like, there was a girl who said that she actually liked to be passed the fuck out, and she said she wanted me to do it, and I did it. Did it do anything for me? No. Actually scared the shit out of me because I was like, wake up, wake up. I even poked her. Like I never told her that. I was like, hey, like, are you okay? And then she like she got up, right? Of course she woke up, Cindy. What the hell? Like that's why I'm still here. Like I would be locked up if she didn't wake up. But see, again, that was while being a little intoxicated. Okay. See, sober Edgar probably would have said, nah. Lit Edgar was like, fuck yeah. So that's why I'm like, you just gotta be careful. And yes, was I scared? Fuck yeah, I was scared. Because I was like, she wasn't moving. And so like I was just like, are you alright? And like, you good? Like, what's up? And then she like got up. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like all turned on by that. I was so scared. I was scared that she wasn't getting up. It was not my thing. But afterwards, we got back into it, obviously, because we were lit, right? So you're just like, whatever, it's part of the process here, you know? Uh, but again, if you ask sober Edgar to do that, no, we ain't doing that while I'm sober. Fuck that. But yes, like that's what I mean. Like everybody has a different gauge. Like uh, also science purposes, you know, I wanted to see if I like to be slapped. Okay. So because the girl that I was with at the time, she liked to be slapped. Don't know why, right? But I was like, is it like, does it turn you on? Like, what is going on here? Like, I've never been slapped before. And so she asked if I wanted to get slapped, and I was like, yeah, next time, hell yeah, give me one. And then so the next time we were hooking up, she fucking gave me one. And I got super upset. You know that feeling when you get super mad? Like I of course I didn't hit her, but like where you want to get into like a fight. That's how I felt. I got so mad. And that's when I learned again for science purposes, it's not for me, dog. Don't be slapping me. Mm-mm. Don't be slapping me because it's not my thing. I learned at that moment. That's why you got to try things. Maybe you'll like something, maybe you won't like something. I realized at that moment that I didn't like to get, it's not my thing, right? Uh, See, and I always embarrass myself the first time I do something. See, this is why you guys are here, right? You guys want to hear, like, let's hear Edgar's embarrassing stories, right? Because I remember the first time a girl made me spit in her mouth. Like, I didn't know, like, are you supposed to, like, like, I didn't know. And so, like, when I decided to exchange body fluids like that, it was like, those like wimpy spits, like it just like it barely even went off the lip and didn't even make it to. Yeah, that's what that was. Because again, when you don't know, like, are you supposed to like and then like shoot it as much as you can, or like fast and hard, or is it just like a slow, like it like rolls in, right? I don't know. But I learned it's more of a like, I mean, put a little RPMs behind that bitch, because it needs to at least make it up to him. Edgar, you're super, the hawk tool before the hawk tool. You know the vibes, bro. But see, but the first time I did it, like when I went and I did the spit thing, it just like rolled off because it was just like the wimpiest spit ever. And then it just kind of like, it didn't even make it in her mouth, right? It was, and I was just like, when you try to play things off and like I acted like I didn't, like I just went like that and then did it again, right? Saved myself. Like, did she see it? I don't know. Like, but it was like one of those moments where like, hey, like save myself real quick. Maybe she didn't see it. When sometimes you fall or like fall over and you hope nobody saw you and you just get up and act like nothing fucking happened and you just keep going. Like it's happened to me when I've been running. Like I was running, it actually happened here. I was running and the sidewalk was uneven and my fucking toe hit and I'm just like fell over, and then I just got up and no one saw me and I just kept running, acting like nobody saw me. So it was that type of vibe that that happened. So I learned that hand necklaces are about, and the hair pulling. Like I don't know why that shit turns me on. At first, I remember when I first did it. Again, you don't know like where to gauge it, right? Like, are we ripping the extensions out, which I've done before, or are we just like, it's like a light pull? Like, what is the girl like? Because Imagine like imagine pulling on her little baby hairs on the back of her neck. You know, like would that be a vibe? I know some people actually like that, right? Uh, so I mean, it totally depends, but I really enjoy the whole like uh, something that I do want to do that you guys have actually taught me on here is like the whole you put something around their mouth, right? And then you like not like a horse thing, but like almost like a leash like horse thing, right? It goes around the mouth and you pull it back, or there's another one that goes around the neck. You don't want to do a belt because if you pull the belt, it's gonna fucking choke the shit out of her. Like you don't want to do that. You want to have something that like actually like fits around there and it's not gonna get tighter the more you pull it. Yeah, so just remember that, fellas. And then I used to carry around this necklace too. Like it almost looked like a dog tag. It's made out of Kevlar. So I used to have that because I would use that to tie hands, or tie the hands of girls. Not in a bad way. People were like, "Why the fuck were you tying?" No, absolutely the fuck not. Like it was all. What was I gonna say? It was like all consent. I had consent for everything. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna take advantage of this girl and tie her up. No, absolutely the fucking not. It was all like consent. But I had it because it's not like you're carrying some handcuffs with you at all times, right? Like who the fuck? If you see somebody carrying some handcuffs, red fucking flag. You know, like no. So I had this necklace. It was made out of Kevlar, and then like say this was the bottom part. It was two magnet pieces right here. I think I still have it somewhere. It was two magnet pieces and it opens up, right? And so now you have this long like necklace. Like say it was this, but now just the long way, right? And then you can like I would use it to like tie a girl's hands behind their back, right? Because the first time I used it, see, comes in clutch, fellas. Okay, if you guys were listening. Like I remember this girl, I knew she was into some freaky shit, right? uh I told her this is to like tie people's hands or like to do stuff like that. And she was like, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what was said, obviously, because that doesn't need to be said here, right? But long story short, I had her put her hands like this, and then I wrapped it around, and like she couldn't move, and so she just by doing that turned her the fuck on, and she was just like, "Have my way with you," right? And then eventually she wanted me to use that same thing, and she liked red flag, fellas. She liked it super tight because she liked all the bruising and like the marks it left on her wrist. At the time, I'm thinking like she's just a freak. Later on, fun fact: remember that TikTok I made where I was cutting her leg? Same girl, same girl. She liked like super tight. Like she wanted to see all the marks, and she if blood could come out even better. Like she wanted that tight and shit, and she didn't want to be able to move. And so me being like cool. And then later on, that's when the whole cut my leg thing came into play, right? First, it was that. So that's why I was like, this is hot. Nothing wrong with that. She likes a little pain. She likes to be tied up a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. That should have been the first red flag. Okay. And then later on, that's when the whole like, hey, cut my leg. I like to feel the blood drip down. And this same girl said that she wanted to be a thing, right? When you're in it, you're in it. You're really kind of blind to things, right? When you're in what the whole like, all right, I'm out, no more for me, was that she said if we are actually a thing, that we have to do a blood oath. Like we literally have to cut her hand and like, yeah, that was the line for me. I was like, I am not cutting my hand. You are fucking insane. I mean, I should have found that out way before. But then afterwards, after that, the crazy started coming out, and I was like, okay, it's all making. I connected the dots now. I see why. Like I see why you're like this. So that's when I was like, it's a no for me, dog. And no, I'm telling you, she turned crazy after that. Like she said she was gonna do things to me and like this is that. I low key, high key was kind of scared. The only thing that was one, she didn't know where I lived. She just knew what city I lived. She lived 4 hours away. She just knew. what city I lived, because she actually came down and was like looking for me one time. Luckily, she didn't know where the fuck I lived. She was calling me, calling me, calling me, and then I finally answered, and she's like, "I'm in town. Where are you at? I'm trying to talk to you." I was like, "No." uh, and then at that time, I was actually at a wedding, and the whole time I was at the wedding, I was so scared she was gonna show up to the wedding. You know when you're like always checking like the door, and you're just like, like, is that her? Nope. Yeah, I was scared the whole time, but luckily she didn't find out where I lived. I had a blocker on everything, uh, and then come to find out, come to find out, on that one, she was already in a serious relationship with somebody else. Just to put the cherry on the top, she was already with somebody else. I'm telling you, people be wild out here. See, and then this is why you guys come to me, because your boy has experienced some things. He's seen some things out here. Like, I haven't told you. I don't know if I told you guys about the girl that was crazy because I broke up with her, and she started stabbing my car with a freaking those big old, what is it, like the butcher knives, like, do you see on Scream? Yeah. Okay. She wanted. I was gonna break up with her, and she told me to do it in person. So I'm like, whatever. I'll tell you in person. So I drove my happy ass to her house, because I'm like, I ain't practicing my speech on the way there, mind you. Practicing my speech, I was gonna tell her why this is not working out. Okay. I get there, she comes out in a big ass coat. Don't know why. And then as soon as she gets in the car, it was back when I had my Camaro, right? She's just like, she's like, "Why don't you want to be with me?" And I was like, what the fuck? Speech out the window. You know what I mean? Speech clearly fucking out the window, right? Uh, my only goal was to take the knife from her, and she was just like, I thought she was stabbing. So like, I'm in my driver's seat, right? And then she's on the other side. So I'm obviously like turned towards her, like kind of like on self defense mode, right? Like looking to see what she's going to do. And then she's like, "Why don't you want to be with me?" I was like, It's because it's not really working out." And then she like stabs the not me, my chair, my seat. She like stabs it. I'm like, "Stop!" I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Stop it!" And then she was like, "Why don't you want to be with me?" And I'm like, "I don't want, like, let's talk about this. Put the knife down." Boom! She stabs it again. And so then in my head, I'm like, "All right, I need to take this knife away from her," right? And so I was looking at her hands. I think she saw me staring at her hands, and I was gonna take that fucking knife, like, no matter what. Even if I got stabbed, I ain't trying to die. And so that's when she saw me looking at the knife, and I think that's when she like decided to get out, and she got out of the car. Even though I don't know why my first reaction was to try to grab the knife when I could have easily got out of the fucking car. But you see, like, some people were like, "Why didn't you get out of the car?" Well, when you're in the moment, that's how you know how you're gonna react. In the moment, I wasn't like run. I was like, take the fucking knife away from her. Like, what the fuck? And so that's why, like, when people are like, "You should have just got out of the car." I know. Now looking back, I'm like, I should have just got out of the fucking car, and then been like, "What the fuck? You crazy?" But in the moment, that's why, like, you don't know how somebody's gonna act. You might have fight, flight, faint, freeze. Like, everybody reacts different to somebody. But luckily, I had some like self defense classes. So like I knew, all right, don't grab the wrist. Like, grab the wrist. She can't stab you, right? Did I press charges? No. At the time, I was just like trying to get over that shit, and I didn't want to tell people this story because I was embarrassed by it. And now I don't give a fuck. But at the time I did not care. Or like at the time I did care. At the time I was like, I don't want to tell people she fucking got out of the car. When something happens to you, you don't want to tell your friends and family that, "Hey, my boyfriend did this. Hey, my girlfriend did it." You keep quiet. You don't tell anybody, right? And so that was me. I didn't want to tell anybody this bitch was fucking crazy and she tried to stab me. No, I didn't want to say that. And it could have made her go even more psycho on me. Like, "Why are you telling people I'm crazy?" And so that's why I'm just like, stop talking to her after that. Like, nope. She eventually caught the drift, and whoever's with her now, good luck, buddy. I'm dodged a bullet there because I've dodged bullets several times. Okay. So that's why, like, you got to be careful. Read these red flags. And then that's why I said, like, this is why you guys come here, because you guys see you like crazy chicks. I don't like crazy chicks. They just I mean, I just turn them crazy. No, I'm just joking. They just, well, you don't know in the beginning that they're gonna be crazy, and then all of a sudden they fucking turn psycho on you, right? It should just be wild. But all right, anyways, I'm gonna hop off. Thursday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we're gonna go live. We ran out of questions, so Thursday is just gonna be a live. We're gonna have, I might go live with some of you guys, or I might tell you some more of my wild stories. Okay, just don't report me. Somebody on TikTok, your mom's a, you know what? I don't want to say it, because then TikTok will be like, why are you calling people's mom? No, y'all be hating over there. But anyways, thank you guys. If you guys want to catch this live, it's going to be up on YouTube soon. I gotta edit it real quick, and then I'll be uploading it. And again, if you guys want to ask questions for the lives, I put the thing up for the live once a month. February is going to be the next month. Follow me on IG if you haven't followed on me. Scar Talks is where I post like the questions and things like that. Or you guys can follow my personal page too, which is Scarface. So definitely follow me there if you guys want to participate on the next one. Or even if you don't want to wait for the live, just send me a DM on TikTok or Instagram. I cut everybody's name out. That way, like, I keep your guys' stuff private. I don't want to share your guys' information. So, but anyways, I want to thank you guys for joining. Go check out today's podcast episode. It's been doing great. It's been doing amazing. 10 non-negotiables in dating for Edgar. Okay. If you want to know what it's like to be with your boy, go listen to the podcast and then report back, and then slide in his DMs so I can possibly slide in you. Anyways, just don't bring a knife. Okay. None of that. Later.